This, honestly, I've never seen a legislative backflip as quick as we saw this morning from the Palaszcuk government, and just underlines what's going on within that administration. One of the great things about living in this country is our commitment to democracy and, of course, open and transparent political system that has served us so well for over a century. It supports a free and open fourth estate. That's what Australia's all about. We're not like Russia, we're not like China, we're not like some of those other Eastern Bloc countries. The press, as some people call it, the fourth estate, that scrutiny and oversight that we provide on this show, Sky News across Australia, on Sky News, Courier Mail, Australian, great newspapers, it's healthy, it's necessary for strong, accountable government. Now, some of the greatest reforms in recent history have come about because of solid journalism. Think Watergate. Think the Fitzgerald inquiry. I mean, they're just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there's millions of them. It's what makes us tick as a country. Yet in Queensland, that open and transparent process was at risk today until, of course, the press itself intervened. Attorney General Yvette Dath, she proposed a bill that meant newspapers, radio, TV and the internet were barred from publishing corruption accusations levelled against candidates at state and local government elections. This is a Labor government that campaigned heavily in 2015 on its desire to make political office more open and accountable. And in fact, in 2016, the then Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, spoke openly and publicly about the need for these laws not to occur. And now, 4 years later, I don't know what happened in 4 years, but the new law, it would have prohibited the publishing of corruption allegations over that caretaker period when writs have been issued for the election. Now, while journalists would have faced up to 6 months in jail or a big fine or both, local members would be free to tell their constituents of any such corruption allegations. Extraordinary. Now, this Attorney General Dath, she argued the new laws would enhance the integrity of Queensland's electoral process, ensuring public debate is not hijacked by the publication of baseless allegations. This is what she said. Queenslanders have the right to be fully and reliably informed in relation to relevant matters as they head to the polls, not distracted by fanciful allegations and complaints. That's what she said, the state's top judicial officer. Now, earlier today, Anastasia Palaszczuk intervened and she put the kibosh on these new laws. She did it before 10 o'clock. I've never seen. 21 hours that bill lasted. It's got to be a record. But how did it even get to this? Why wasn't Dath's stupid plan put to bed, axed, before it became front page news around the country? This is another example of the incompetence of the Palaszczuk government. Celebrated journalist Peter Greste, he spent 400 days in an Egyptian jail for doing his job. He said this was bad legislation. So too did the media union. It belonged in Putin's Russia or China, not the Queensland of today. And it's another reason to punt Labor on October 31.